Hey everyone, it's Millie,
It's Gabby.
and welcome back to another season of Changed by Degrees.
Yeah, our intro should have been like better than that.
Oh, okay.
But, like, we're back, but we didn't do that. It's
Boom,
fine.
boom, 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 boom. I think it's season 7.
Put in some air horn sounds right there. Do that. Post Millie. Do that.
Not to do it this again. I think it's season 7, and I can't believe we're actually like back here doing this. But I already told Gabby that if she does one specific thing during this season, we're gonna like not
Wait,
do
what do
it.
you mean?
So I love how you don't remember.
I don't.
I told you that if
I do one
exited
specific.
something,
If I exited.
yeah. So then, and then
Okay. Okay.
So we're gonna see if we even have a full season. It's gonna be a little bit shorter. We're starting a little bit later, but it's still happening.
Well,
That's
it's
what
funny because you
What?
like added. Anyway, yes. Go
What?
ahead. No. Go ahead.
What are you gonna say?
No, because it's
We
like
do this all the time.
exiting something, but it's like when our season ended last, I wasn't even in it. You know what I mean? Like
but
it's
you
like
weren't-
not
you weren't
even.
in anything. I'm kidding.
That's true. Yeah.
But and I was trying. You know what I should have done? I should have listened back to our last episode before we started summer, because I think there was a list of 10 things we wanted to do.
You had the list of 10 things. You came prepared with like 10 things we're gonna do. Not prepared, but you were like, we're gonna pick 10 things.
We came up with the list during the episode.
No, I know, but that was your idea, is what I'm saying.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't know we were doing
And we
that.
did like one of those things.
Speak for yourself.
What have you done?
Nothing.
Oh, you went to the beach, right?
Sorry, I was drinking a smoothie. I didn't just lose
You're
all
just not
semblance
ready.
of talking. I just nothing is what I was saying.
You went to the beach. Was that one of the things?
I don't think
I know
so,
the one
but
thing that we did together, and it was a lot of fun.
we went. Oh yeah, I went to the beach with Candace. Went to Myrtle Beach, and that was it.
No, because you went also to the beach in Florida.
Yeah, but that was before we even ended the season.
Oh,
that was back in May,
Oh, okay.
I think. Yeah.
No, but the thing that we did together, so we went to a winery.
Oh, we did do that. Was that even
Yeah.
on our list?
It was
No. Well, you just said you don't remember what was on it.
the
That
one
one was
thing
on
that I
there?
remember.
Oh.
No, we had like I don't know, like what do you call it? Pottery, clay making.
You really want to do that.
I
really
really
bad.
still want to do that,
Where-
but we didn't get
Where
to.
do we?
It's fine.
we're-
I don't know.
But you know what? Here's the thing. We're recording this episode mid-August.
Oh my God.
Summer's not over
She
yet.
said this
So by the time, yeah, but I didn't say it for the peoples. So by the time this comes out, we might have been done more. Done doing. I can't. I
Wow,
don't
we're
know why
like
I'm like
out of
losing.
practice.
We might have done more. That makes sense.
Yeah.
So
I doubt it, but
we're.
she's hopeful, so we'll see what
Oh,
happens.
fine. I'll go do pottery by myself tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
I'm not doing it. I don't think there's pottery around. I don't know where pottery
I don't
making
remember
is.
what else.
I
we
wanted to
had
go
on
to the
list.
aquarium, but I've been wanting to do that for a very long
Oh
time.
yes, the aquarium. That was also on the list.
That's all the way
What else did we
in
say?
Baltimore, though.
Yeah, you might get shot, so
Well, yeah.
because it's worth it. to see the
It's worth
fishies.
it. It's worth it.
I don't know, Baltimore.
It's worth it to swim with the sharks.
I don't like it.
It's just a mafia thing. Don't worry about
What
it.
else did we do in the summer?
Nothing. You got married.
I did.
You were like, what else did we do?
No, we got. I'm not.
We got married.
No,
Then they'll
I
say,
got married. You still got married. It's okay.
LOL.
And I got a house, and I guess that's like pretty big. So
It's moderately
you know,
big.
It's okay.
It's
She was
fine.
the maid of honor.
I was.
I think you did excellently. Thank you, my dude.
Thank you. I
That
tried.
was really good.
Thank you.
The whole thing was really good.
I'm so glad. Why are you laughing?
So I'm just like thinking back and I'm like, wow.
What about
It was
your
like
wedding?
3 hours, and I remember like coming out the cut and Tim
Yeah,
being
I guess
there,
so.
and it was just
Yeah.
like
I was.
it
You
was
know,
like
what's funny.
it was like the shortest 3 hours and the longest.
What's
3
funny? I
hours.
was there way longer than you were.
I know.
That's what's
So there you
weird.
go.
I
That
had a
was
good
it.
time. It was a good wedding. We danced. That was about it. We
Yeah.
had food,
We did have food. I
Yeah.
got food.
and there was
Cake.
alcohol. So what else do you want?
I mean, it was at a
And
winery.
cake. Well, yeah, it was at a
Okay.
winery, but there was alcohol
Like the
there.
Bible. Jesus.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's
his wedding.
Jesus was
wedding.
also
not
part of
his wedding. The wedding that he attended. I keep thinking.
Anyway,
keep saying wrong things.
there was a wedding. I went to the beach.
We went to the beach.
That was it. What else did we do?
We did stuff. And we're gonna do more.
We
stuff.
are because summer's not over.
Okay,
We're in the
stop saying
process.
that.
Well, but
you can do stuff even when because she's already complaining that it's too cold and fall.
no, it's just getting
So,
chilly out there
It's not chilly.
getting
It's actually
chilly.
so nice. The weather has
for
been
you.
fantastic.
I almost turned my heated blanket on the other night. I was very cold. I couldn't sleep.
sweat my face off.
Well, it's a
But-
good thing it's not your bed. It's mine. So
You're gonna start dance. That happens in the fall, so you should
Yeah.
look forward to things.
No, I
told
do.
her-
I am
told
looking
her
forward
that
to things.
maybe all of us should do this, even though I think just fall coming is more than enough. But for those people that are like aliens, you should come up with a few things that you want to do and can look forward to, whether it's a trip, an activity. That way.
And what did I
even
say?
if-
I said
Okay, but
there are
that's not
things
what
in
I said.
fall.
It doesn't matter what
No,
you
no,
said
no.
right now.
It
because I'm
doesn't
saying
matter
I'm
what
saying.
you said. No, but what I'm saying is, I understand what you're saying. It's not that I don't look forward to fall activities. I do. I like fall activities.
She
I just
said,
don't like
I'd
the
like
weather.
to do a fall activity in the 90-degree weather.
No, if I could just have fall
No.
activities in, like, heat, and it doesn't get
It's not even that cold.
cold at night though. It gets a little chilly out
Then
there.
do earlier activities.
Yeah.
You wanted to do a haunted house?
I always wanted
whatever
to. I did that
trail.
last year. That was
Yeah.
fun.
That.
It was very crowded, but it was fun.
I think I want to do apple picking this fall.
You
I
said
feel
that
like we
last
say-
year too.
Don't drag me.
You
number
did
one.
though.
And number 2, out of the 10 things we mentioned, we did like 2. So
That's
we'll
really
mention a
good
few
for
things
us.
right now, and maybe we'll do 1. And that's better than nothing.
Your list of 10 was
It was comprehensive.
It was
I
pretty-
overshot it. I
it
don't
was-
even remember. It wasn't even that like involved.
no, but it was very ambitious. Is the word I was looking for. It was very ambitious. I think we should have started with like 5. But
Yeah,
you
but
came out
I
to cut like we have 10 things we have to do, and we did like 2
So it's
of them.
too much.
It was a lot.
So what do you think is reasonable?
5. So that if we do 2 out of 5,
It's not as bad as 1 out of 10.
I mean it's still failing. I think, but
okay.
that's not
Well,
as bad of a fail. I think because then if you did 3 out of 5, then it's like okay.
That's still failing. Or it's a D.
No, 3 out of 5.
60%.
Yeah, barely passing, but it's passing.
Well, I think apple picking is one of them, and we'll come up with more stuff. There's no movies coming out this fall that I know of, so we're gonna have to pick some other things.
Oh, I saw a lot
but-
of movies this summer.
You did.
I
You had a
enjoy
good
my.
summer.
I did have a good summer. No, I'm not saying I didn't have a good summer. I had a really good summer. I like going to see movies in the summer, and I did that a lot. And I don't know. I am looking forward to because like they always release a lot, not a lot, but like a few like horror films in the fall. So I'm looking forward to that. There's one coming out that looks really dumb, but I'll probably just go see it anyway. But
You have book club.
I got book club. Shout out to Amanda and Steph.
We have this podcast.
Do you
that
say
we're
we have a
starting.
podcast?
We have a podcast that we're gonna try to work on. We're gonna do just a little bit less true crime and what's it? Conspiracy.
I feel like
theory.
last season we did like back to
we
back.
looked back and did a review, and I was like, wow, half of the season.
Well, because the
was-
book we read was also true crime, so it was like
true.
a true crime book, and then we watched a series. Or no, that was the season before. But then we still talked about like cases, and then we did conspiracy
No,
theories.
because we did the Amanda. Oh, I don't remember, but we also did Amanda Knox, I think, last
Mm-hmm.
season. So we did a lot of stuff like that. So we're gonna do a little bit less and balance it out. Maybe we'll do some actual topics that are like helpful.
We'll try to be helpful. But I don't know. Yeah. What are the updates? What's been happening this summer?
Well, I said that's my 2 big things.
I didn't really have any big things.
You have big things.
What do you mean?
Well, I've been trying to get her to process like her life.
Oh,
you know,
well,
the past few months. So I think that would be a big thing. And actually, one of the episodes coming up, I'll just use this to promo all the episodes this season.
I'm dead.
Because I feel like I always say this, but like we're so planned out and we're like working ahead. And by the end of the season, even if it's shorter, it's going to be like
For our
chaos.
fall season, we're always planned out because we start.
Because we can plan during the summer.
Yeah.
But it's the in between, like the spring season. That's
Anyway.
anyway. Rougher. Let's say, that we're going to do like a mental health episode, but rather than titling it like we don't do mental health or
I'm so
whatever,
dead.
it'll actually be hopefully a more helpful episode. I don't
The
even
title
remember.
last time we did it was like we suck at mental health or something.
Yes. So it won't be that. It'll be something maybe a little bit more helpful. Because we're a little bit older now. I feel older.
Will you feel older?
I feel older. Do you feel
Oh.
older?
No. I mean,
What?
no, not any more than I usually do. What do you mean?
Like
Like after the
from-
past 3 months?
No.
Oh.
From when we started
Oh,
the podcast.
I thought you were talking
didn't
about
do
from
that
the last.
season.
I know we didn't, but I thought you were talking about
Oh.
like from last season to now, and I'm like over 3 months, and you feel like 10 times
I
older
don't
or
know.
something. No, I feel. I mean, yeah, I feel older from when we started it because like
Yeah.
we are older.
Okay, so same thing. I
Yeah.
mean, every day
Oh.
you're a little bit older, a little bit wiser,
I don't know about that.
got a little
but-
bit more experience.
Nah, I don't think that's the case. I mean, yeah, I'm aging, but I wouldn't say I'm wiser for it. I don't know.
No.
Like to think so, but I don't. I don't
Oh,
know about
and you
that.
know what else we said did during summer? We said bye to Tim.
Oh, we did say, "Hey, Tim."
Don't say hey.
Oh, bye.
Bye.
We
Tim.
said bye.
We said bye.
We said bye, but that's cool.
Okay.
'Cause he's in a better place now.
He's make it sound like he
Called
died.
Florida, the basement of America.
Oh,
It's
you're setting this up so
kind
poorly.
of moldy down there. Smells funny.
That's disgusting.
It's
I mean,
Florida.
again, if you're a Floridian, we still love you. It's just I couldn't live
They
there.
agree.
But they agree that
They
their
agree.
places
They're like, yeah, it's
between the gators and the humidity.
and the people.
Oh wow. Okay, so that's part.
The
So Tim is now
people.
one of the people.
He's one of them.
Okay, so that's why
He's
we don't
one
want to
of.
go down there.
We don't.
Tim.
Yeah.
It's because you're there. So I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I guess that happened. That wasn't really summer though. I suppose no. Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
I'm
Wow.
remembering
That
anything.
I was like, that was spring.
It feels
no, it
like
wasn't.
like
That was
a
like 2 months ago.
Lifetime has passed.
It's only
Doesn't
been
it?
like it's only been like 2 months. It was a long summer. Now I'm just like thinking back. I'm like, wow, what a long summer it
Like,
was.
do you remember sitting down and getting the news? Actually,
That was April.
Yeah, but no,
But him
It's
living
rough,
was
it's
in
rough
summer.
going,
It's
yeah.
rough. It's
I
alright.
like it. So
Okay.
there's some big things that happened.
There are some things that happened. It just now I'm thinking back. It seemed like a long summer, but I don't know. I suppose it was fine.
like some people and Jax moved further. We're still gonna go visit
Jax moved.
Jax.
Hey, girl.
It's like all our people, but it's okay.
Yeah.
Mm.
Shifting,
Let's go visit
shifting
them.
around, but that's cool. Now we just have places to go to visit. We have an
That's
excuse
true.
to travel to
It's
different
true.
places. I don't think that was on our list. Traveling.
And I think we have to be good about that.
What,
Maybe
traveling?
our audience can hold us accountable. I mean, we do want to go to the wall, but
have to.
I mean, like making sure you still visit your friends and have
Mm.
a connection and all that.
Yeah, I suppose. Because, I mean, I don't know. I would like to go visit all my friends, but it's like,
Because you're gonna visit Amanda in the spring.
yeah, we wanted
That's
to
what I mean,
go.
like, we just have to plan it out because I feel like we're
want to
the
go
type
to
of
Santa
people-
Fe or something. But
Well, that's right. That would be fun. But that we're the type of people that we're like, oh yeah, we're gonna go out, we're gonna meet you, do whatever, and then nothing ever happens.
I feel like everybody's like that, though.
no, but it's specifically us. Like there's
No, but I mean, people
like,
say
you know
all the
people who make
time.
that happen. Meaning
Yeah,
not
but
like
a lot
silly
of people,
but
but a lot of people are like, "Oh yeah, we should totally do that," and then you never like you. It's just something like you say. But with most people that I say that, like I'm not gonna say that to you if I really don't mean it. But for most people, I like mean it. It's just time goes so fast, like, and then all of a sudden you're like, "Oh, it's
like a year
almost
later.
fall."
So
Like
what I'm
literally,
meaning. We gotta be, like-
2023 is in like 5 months.
that's mind blowing.
Isn't
you know
it?
that how many times I've been like, what year is it? It's really 2022, and now it's gonna be 2023.
It's gonna be 2023.
Like people are starting school. Like by the time this episode actually goes out,
kids are in school.
y'all are gonna be in school, like college, all that stuff.
Okay,
Like,
also-
like our prayers are out to you because I could not imagine.
Being in school, as
in
if you
school.
weren't in school like 2
And I
years
say
ago.
that every time, but I'm like, I can't do it.
I got so nostalgic because I was driving the other day. I was driving by one of the high schools in our area, and they were having football tryouts, and I was like, "Oh, the little babies are getting ready for football season." I say little babies; they're in high school, but and
I
then
do see them.
I can hear. I had my deck door open the other day, and I'm across from a high school, and I could hear their marching band practicing.
Oh wow, so they're like in full.
I kept on
force.
like hearing like a thumping sound, and I was like, "What is that?" And I was like, "Oh, it's probably the marching band either doing not tryouts or like auditions or like practice. I don't really know." But it was really cute, and I was like, "Oh, I just like the sounds of fall."
Totally random. Do you hear the train?
No,
'Cause,
no.
by the
I think
way,
it's
we're,
pretty
like-
much drowned out by the traffic on Route 1.
Oh, maybe. And I'm a little further removed.
You
And actually,
are.
it passes right behind us.
Mhm.
But I don't know. I'd be hearing it all the time.
Mhm.
It doesn't bother me, but it's funny because now
Mhm.
we're like closer than ever neighbors.
Yes.
Like I'm literally a stoplight away. But that's good.
Yeah, we're on the same side of the road now. She was
in
across
the
the street.
Badlands.
Now, yeah. But yeah, I can still hear Route 1. You can't hear the road, can you?
No, I
No,
just hear the
that's nice.
train.
I just hear
And then I see my little Ring app. Now we both got rings too.
rings.
We're actual like adults now. And we get the notifications from all y'all who are like,
Lost my dog.
my dog went missing, or I heard
Lost
gunshot.
Lost my cat. Oh yeah, a lot of gunshot. Nice.
Or they're like, what's this going on? Like either your car or
yeah.
they're like, I saw somebody weird. And
Well,
I'm
it's been
welcome
like
to
a
life,
it's
but-
been like a theme in where I live that there's like a group going around slashing tires And
Oh, you told me about
Yeah,
this.
it's
and I was
really
like,
weird.
What would you say if I was part of this group?
I wouldn't be surprised. Actually, I'd be surprised because of what the group is, but I wouldn't be surprised that you like participated in it. But they've been going around slashing the tires of like SUVs specifically.
So funny.
But-
SUV hate.
Yeah, SUV hate. But which like I understand because they're kind of annoying. But like also I'm like if you slash the tires, it's not gonna make them leave because they can't now because you slashed the tires. But that's cool. It's fine. But yeah, I don't know. I like where I live. I like where you live.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
I should go to a visit. Gotta play some games.
My Xbox is sitting right there. Dude.
I know
Look,
it is. We're ready to go. You know
I'm
how many
ready to
times we
go.
talked about
Got a
that and
game
you
on
haven't
top.
opened it?
I
I
opened
walked in
it.
today and I was like, oh, you opened it.
I've opened it, yeah.
Oh, okay. I walked in today and I'm like, she's never gonna play.
I've opened it and I've taken everything out and I've looked at it and been like, there's a lot of wires and stuff in here.
my
And then I just put it back in the box because I'm like, I don't know what goes to what. So I need to figure it out. And I always say like
play
when I
some
have a
games.
day, but it's one of those things where it's like I never usually have a
The
day.
same way we say, oh yeah,
That's
we're
what
definitely gonna
happens.
plan something.
Well, that's what happens with people.
'cause
That's
if
how
you're
you
making too
know.
many-
Okay,
Oh, okay. Yes,
that's how you know you're getting older. Is when you say like, oh
That's
yeah, we'll do that,
upsetting.
we'll do that, and then you just don't because
That's upsetting.
because you know how it'd be one of those things that like with my friends I'll be like, oh yeah, and you're an adult now and you're getting older when you have to like pull out your calendar or planner and you have
Make
to
sure you
look and
have
be like,
nothing.
oh, when are you free? And you're like, well, today's August 17th or whatever, and like, when's your next free weekend? And the person's like, probably November 10th, and you're like, okay, like, and you're like flipping, and it's just that's what you have to do because everyone's an adult and has a schedule and just works all the time, especially in this area. Everyone just works all the time, so you just have to plan out your weekend, but like 10 years in advance in order to get on the same page with people. Like it's my air went off. So it's just one of those things that like, that's how you know you're getting older. Like when I was
I
a
don't like
teenager,
it.
I didn't have to do that.
I feel like even just a few years ago, I didn't have that problem.
That's
but
what I'm
you're right.
saying.
No, it's just like it's like even trying to get together with like Jax or whatever.
In college, I didn't have to do that. Well, I mean, I was also living at college, so it was like we were already around each other.
Right.
But still, it was one of those things like if you're busy on a weekend, you're busy. But it was never one of those things where I had to be like, take out my planner and look.
Well,
It's
that's
just
what
like,
I'm
well,
saying.
it's Saturday.
It's like
Let's go do something. Not like now it's like, oh, it's Saturday. I have to catch up on X, Y, and Z.
Oh no, dude! Saturday's like errand day. I don't get to anything during the week.
That's what I'm
so the
saying.
weekend is to just do.
That's what
run
I'm
errands
saying.
Or get
Yeah.
groceries or.
The weekend
pay
is for
bills.
me to like catch up on the stuff I didn't have time to do during the week and
I don't
wrap
like
things
it.
up, finish stuff up. That's what the weekend is for. That's
I don't-
what my
but
Friday
that's
and
what I'm
Saturday
trying
are.
to say
Yeah.
is that maybe during this season we should be intentional because actually I think we did all right even when we didn't work together, getting together every once in a while, like for brunch
Yeah.
or whatever. Like we did okay, but overall,
But we still had to be like, wait, schedule. It wasn't just like, hey, can you meet me at X, Y, and
I'm
Z?
like, oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah, you wouldn't be like, yeah. You'd be like, no. Like, and I would, if you asked me, I'd be like, I can try, but I don't know. No, probably not. Like, we have to be like, hey, next week or in 2 weeks or in 10 days. It's like the most adult thing. It's really annoying. You have to like schedule people in as if you're having a meeting. You have to schedule friends.
Sometimes, and you know what you really sometimes gotta schedule in? Just like a day off, like rest.
Yeah. And then that's your
Chilling.
free day. And then people want to do things. And you're like, oh, I
Oh,
guess.
I want to be with people. But
So it's just one of those things where you just have to decide,
so now we're old. We didn't do enough things.
over summer. Yeah, this is
And,
turning into a really good episode. Well, it just made me think when you were like, oh, we have to do more things. And I'm like, oh, when? I got to get my planner out and schedule you in. Got to pencil you in.
I swear that if we actually,
No, we'd be able to do stuff.
what do you think would be reasonable? Like once every 2 months
For what?
for like a thing.
For doing a thing?
Yeah, like if we said we wanted to do 2 or 3 things this fall,
There's
I think
your
I
one.
want to do. Oh, there it is. I didn't hear it loud.
Yeah.
Like apple picking.
Yeah,
You
okay.
want to do haunted house.
Yeah.
Maybe there's like a third.
You wouldn't
thing in
want to
there.
do that with me, though.
Here's the thing, though. I told you that I'd be doing things that I'm just like I wouldn't do by myself, but I'm like, oh, it's
Okay.
okay. She's entertained, so
It's fun for me, but
I might.
I like being scared, though.
It's
You
like
don't.
how you say I might need a change of pants.
I might need
by
to change
the
pants
by the
yeah,
end of it.
by the end.
But
Apple
That,
picking,
like,
that
I-
scares me.
I swear that one weekend a month.
We could probably handle that.
Handle that.
I don't know. There's only 4 weekends in a month, usually.
Yeah.
That's hard.
What I'm saying is a challenge to all of us.
It's a
'Cause I feel like
challenge.
it's unacceptable to just be like,
Well,
well,
it's-
that's how life is. Like, I'm okay. And I always tell people, like, I know that at this stage of my life, I'll be working, I'm busy, I teach music classes and all that. But I still want to be able to balance it because if we can't balance it now, we're surely not going to balance it in 10 years.
No,
if you have a
that's
family,
the thing.
whatever, it's like you got to learn that skill now, because if not, it's only going to get worse.
Well, that's the thing that, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, people get older and then all of a sudden you haven't seen someone for
yeah.
10 years, but 10 years ago you told them, oh, we'll have to get together soon. The next year you tell them, oh, let's get together. And all of a sudden you're both 40 years old saying, oh, we'll have to get together soon.
Don't say 40.
Well,
We won't ever reach 40, so that doesn't apply
Hope
to us.
not.
But
But I mean, I think it's hard for
We
us
have to-
because, like, we see each other all the time, but seeing each
But
other
you
all the
said
time
that.
doesn't equate to
no, and
hanging
you
out.
always say that.
No, I know. I'm just saying.
and I agree.
But I
And
think that's
saying
why
that
it's hard.
even when we didn't work together or see each other every day,
Yeah.
that we still like were able to be like, oh, I know what's going on in her life and all that.
Yeah, that's because we text all the time,
That's true.
but we don't see each other all the
It's not
time.
the same, but yeah.
I mean, it's still good, but it's just one of those things where it's like when you, it's still good. It's still fine. It's fine. But when you like see somebody all the time, you're like, oh yeah, we hang out all the time. And then you're like, well, we don't
No, we
really. We
don't.
actually really don't. Like, we don't really
You
do
know what's
anything.
so funny? I
What?
feel like we hang out less.
When we work together, probably because we see each other all the time.
Like we were like, let's do brunch.
So then, like,
You're like,
if I see you
isn't
all
that
day
hilarious, though?
on Tuesday, why do I want to
know,
hang
like,
out
I'm
with
done.
you tomorrow? Like, you know what I mean? It's that kind of logic where it's like we just hung out. It's like, no, we talked about emails and like work and like what needs to be where for a Wednesday night thing. Like, that's not hanging out. Just because we throw a joke in there doesn't mean it's hanging out. Like, but like we know that. It's just one of those things where it's like
No, we do.
we do.
I think. Well,
Sometimes we hang out in your car.
that's true.
That's I don't know if that's hanging out. It's a start.
It's a start. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. No matter what happens in the next 4 months, whatever pans out, we gotta plan something.
Well, I feel like
Like two things. Two things, but we actually do them.
this time of year might be easier, not schedule wise because it gets busy, but like
Yeah, the
because there's
thing is
more
we're adding more
activities
stuff.
and stuff.
Yeah, but I'm saying like
'Cause of
both
the
of us, like
season.
during summer, we had a little bit lighter schedules
Mm-hmm.
per se.
Mm-hmm.
But you start dance,
Yeah.
just work gets busier.
It just gets
People come back from
busy.
their vacation.
Well, it
and
gets
stuff like
busy
that.
at
So-
like work and stuff and like extracurriculars, but it's more fun to do stuff like because there's more stuff to do. Like I don't know how to say.
I know what you mean. I
like
know what you mean. There's
because
more
of the
events and stuff like
season,
that.
there's like more events and people want
Mhm.
to do stuff because it's like the season from October to December is like super fun because you have Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, like all this stuff all the stuff surrounding that, like haunted house,
Like
apple
even though
picking.
it's busy, it's like almost a good busy.
Yeah. So
No, I
like
know what you mean, and I'm super excited for that. To
yeah.
do Friendsgiving and all that stuff. But
Friendsgiving. Yeah,
my
should be
email,
good.
dude.
You have a lot of emails.
I do have a lot of emails. But no, that's what I'm saying. That I think a good goal for us this season, rather than just every time we jump on here being like, I'm busy, we can be like, I'm busy, but
Maybe halfway through the season we'll be able
We
to
can
say
manage.
we did this.
we did one thing. That's what I'm saying. I would love for that to happen.
Okay.
It's just time management. I've actually brought it up to like 3 or 4 people that I've talked to. I just need to get better at my time management. There's no
Which
way.
is wild because I feel like you're pretty good at it. I feel like I suck at it.
Really?
Yeah. Well, not
Well, no, because
suck,
the thing is, it's
but
not. It's just you work way better at like night.
yes.
And you just have a different schedule, I think, than the typical. Like,
I
9
do.
to
I'd be
5.
sending emails at like 2 a.m. like,
Right.
hey,
And
thanks for
and
blah blah
sometimes
blah.
I do that if needed or if I'm just like
Okay.
cracked, but it's not like that is my work schedule.
That's
Like
usually my
I know
work
that you
schedule.
always that's you.
I just
so I don't
get
think that you don't manage your time well. I just
It's
think
just
it's very like opposite.
I
to
just
what
from
people normally
most
work.
people. I just work really well from about like 9 to I don't know, like 1:32, and then from 2 to about 6, I'm like brain dead. Like I get just tired. It's just like I just crash. Like I just reach a point where I'm just like I can't think anymore. And then after dinner, I'm
Dude,
like,
she gets like fresh wind.
oh yeah, I
She
get
can
like
text me. I know that like I get a text at 12:30 and I'm like, what's up?
I'm just wide awake from like 7 on to like 1 or 2. So I get work done
It's mind-
then. So I do work at that time, which is why like when I tell people, sometimes they'll be like, "Oh, can I have it by the end of the day?" And I'm like, "Okay."
2 a.m.
I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, "You'll have," and usually I tell people, I'm like, "It'll be in your inbox by tomorrow morning," because I'll usually send it at like 2.
Yeah, no
Not
one's
because I
gonna see
waited
it
to the
then.
last minute, just
Right.
because that's when I'm working on it.
Right.
So like, and I always tell myself, I'm like, as long as it's in their inbox before they wake up in the morning, it's good, because I know they're not going to do anything with it unless they
Yeah.
tell me like I need it by 5. But if they're just like, "Oh yeah, can I have it sometime today?" I usually tell them like by tomorrow morning it'll be in your inbox.
That's what I'm saying.
That's fine.
So
So
I don't think you're bad at
Yeah.
managing your time. I think we have just a little bit of a different routine.
Yeah.
But even that, like even then, I feel when it comes to like having time with family and friends and all that, I just never, because I always tell myself that I'm like, oh well, at this stage in my life, I don't mind working,
Mhm.
forever and ever and all that, and teaching like every student that I have, yada yada.
Mhm.
But I think that it's just something that you have to learn and implement so that it's already a routine. Because if not, like I don't feel like
Well, it's not gonna be a routine. Yeah, it's like it's almost like
it's a
wild.
habit. Like just build it in. If not,
Yeah. Well, it's like
it's just
anything
an excuse.
else.
I'm always so busy.
Yeah.
You talk to anybody in America, I'm always so busy, and that's it.
Which is
You have
true.
to. Yeah, it's
but
true.
I feel like I do that
But
well.
that's like
I do
the-
feel like I balance like family, friends, work.
I like your hobbies,
well.
books, dance.
Yeah, I feel like
I don't think I do that
I feel like
as
I
well as I should.
balance it well, just because like my attitude is just like as soon as I'm tired doing one thing, I'm gonna do another thing. Like so, it's just
Very
like
true.
as soon as I'm tired doing work, like in the afternoon, then I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna read the 3 chapters I need to read for book club. That's what I'm gonna do. I don't care that's 2 p.m. and other people are working. That's what I'm doing right now. And then I'll catch up on work later, which I do. That's what I mean. Like, I don't know. And then like I see my family every week. I see my friends pretty consistently. Might not be every week, but I see them. I don't know, like once a month. I talk to my friends every day. Friends that like
Right,
live
live
far away,
locally,
but if they live
yeah.
locally, I'll see them like once a month or whatever, maybe a little bit more, depending on the season. But it's just like I feel like I balance that well because it's just like
It's good. I don't.
it's just
I
like
mean,
if I want to see you
I
in
want
like
to
a
do it better.
unless I have like a commitment, like, well, I cannot see you
Right.
at 10 p.m. or 10 a.m. or whatever because I have X, Y, and Z. But if it's like, well, I need to get this done today, but I'll see you first and then go do that, or like whatever the case may be. I don't know. I feel like
I think I've gotten like a little better at it. Like during college, it was really difficult, but I think it's just having that like mentality, and it's just a culture shift. I think because I
Yeah.
feel like everybody, you're right. Everybody around you is like, well, that's just the norm, but it's
Yeah.
really normal.
Well, it's annoying too. This is what's annoying to me is that people be like, as soon as you get out of college, you need to work, and it's like, yeah, you really do. And
That's what
like,
I'm saying. That's
yeah,
what
we
you're told.
do, because like we work all the time, but like I really there's really not a day that I'm not working, even if I'm not in the office. I still have like freelance to do or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Friday and Saturday are like my designated days off. But I still do work on those days. It might not be as much. I might not be
Mm-hmm. Right.
as pressed to get things done. I might
Yeah,
just
but
kind of be
I don't
casually
think
working.
it's good either.
Yeah.
Like, because then I look back and I'm like, in the effort of trying to balance stuff out or spread it out, whatever. Then what ends up happening is that you just don't have a full day off.
No. Yeah. I can't
Because
remember the last time
always,
I had a full day off.
that's what I'm saying. And you always justify in your mind. You're like, oh, okay, well, replying to this email or making this edit or making this graphic.
Yeah.
It'll take
And it does
or
take
preparing this lesson
5
time.
seconds.
It's 5 seconds,
But it's
I'm
still
saying
5
even
seconds,
5 seconds or that half hour, whatever it is not like a designated day off. And I'm not saying that it's like something I have to implement immediately, but more just like a brain shift, a culture shift.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, well, it's important and good and like human to be like, I want to balance all of these things, because then I feel like you work better overall. Especially just for young adults, like.
Mhm.
Because any conversation you have with anybody around our age will be like, oh yeah, I'm so busy. To the point that like they
Yes.
can't attend any event, they couldn't go to any small group, they couldn't go to a movie, they you can't do anything.
Yeah.
You're just like busy. And it's not a lie, it's true. And I think part of it is like justified, and part of it is kind of our responsibility to help temper that. And like hold each
Yeah.
other accountable. I just feel, I don't know, recently I've been like, let me try to be better.
was
Not
that?
just for myself, but for the people around me.
Yeah. Well, because that's the other thing. It's like you don't also want people around you to feel like you're putting them off. Like,
Exactly. And I feel like I've
oh,
made
she
people feel
has
that way.
to. Well, you don't make me feel that way.
I think it's because we text so much.
Probably.
If not, like
I'm probably like,
and there's
yeah,
other
she's
people
doing
that text
whatever
me and I'm
she's
like,
doing.
I just don't get to it.
Yeah. Well,
I
that's
have you
that's
pinned. I have you pinned. But if I don't have you pinned, I'm so
that's
sorry.
the other thing. I was what day was that? Was that yesterday or Monday? It might have been Monday
I
morning.
feel horrible.
I had to catch up on texts from the weekend.
Yeah.
People had texted me, and it was like emails. It was wild.
Yeah.
I was like, why am I treating my text messages like emails? And I was going through my text messages that I'd opened and hadn't responded to, and I was like, sorry, I had a really long weekend or had a long week. I had to, whatever. Someone texted me on Thursday. I didn't reply till Monday, and I'm like, this is wild.
Yeah, when it comes to my students or just other people, and it's like, you're right, you're just managing it. And it's like you get so full, then and I know I just hear Tim's voice in my head, but you get so many texts that then even new ones you don't even see.
Yes.
And I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
when did I get to this point in my life? I don't have that many friends. I
I'm
do
so
not
dead.
have that many friends. So it's really
Millie's
just
like,
like,
I don't even have friends. I don't know who's texting me.
texting me, but they're asking me questions, whatever it is, and I'm like, when did this happen?
Yeah. Well, it's just like you
I
just start
spend
treating it like a
time-
schedule.
I spend time almost every day trying to schedule appointments, changes in other people's schedule shifts.
Well,
It's
you know,
just
what's the first thing I do
mind-blowing.
when you do that? What's the first thing I do when I sit down? I look at my planner, right?
Yes.
And as
like
soon as
an
I
old lady
sit down,
do.
and I have to, because it's just like,
I
and it's
have
not because
to.
I'm not, it's not because I'm gonna forget. It's just I have to just visually like
keep on track.
keep like my brain. I'm like, this is how I organize my brain, and I cross things off. And if I don't fill out my planner for a day, I feel like
Lost. in the
like
sauce.
lost and like off. Like, what am I doing? Because I have to just
funny.
write it down.
And again, I don't think there's anything wrong with like those things. Like again, you're gonna do it. You're gonna be busy. It's just I don't know. I've felt convicted recently, but
Convicted
yeah,
me.
Gabby's out here like I do really well. Like see my family.
no,
once a
I mean,
week,
I just-
see my friends once a month.
I
I'm
I don't think I do
if we
really
go
well.
Do something. I'm like I'm gonna take a little break and then come back at 2 a.m. and finish.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's why.
and I'm out here like drowning. But
That's
I
why I
think
used
it's
to
also
go-
just my own problem.
I don't think
that
I'm
I'm gonna
do-
fix. Okay, so
Oh,
everybody
man.
hold me accountable.
I don't think I'm
So
doing
that we can
well.
do at least 2 things in fall.
I just
and
think
say at the end of the journey,
we'll do 2
that
things.
we
We'll
like
do
actually
2 things.
Aside from those 2 things, actually feel a little bit better.
Yeah. I don't. Yeah, we'll do 2 things. I don't think I'm doing well, like super great. I just think like
You went
I
through
can-
the whole list.
I can get can get through things. Well, that's probably not good either. At
You're
the
like,
end of
checked
each
it
week,
off.
it's kind of like what I said this morning. That I was like, oh, you know, one of those things like, oh, next week I'll have it together.
Oh yeah.
And he was like, one of our coworkers was like, oh, well, like, you know, next week's gonna come, and I was like, no, you just keep saying
just
like
keep
next,
saying it.
it'll be next week. I'll get it
and
together.
eventually next week has to be this week.
And I was like, no, you just keep saying
Next week.
next week. But I do feel like sometimes that's you just kind of like it's sometimes one of those things where you just put your head down and you're like just power through.
Mhm.
That's really bad. But I feel like
that
everyone
is
does
really
that.
bad. And that's what I'm saying.
Well,
like,
that's my thing.
when
I'm
it
like, just
comes
power
to, like-
through it, and then next week you'll get it together.
No.
Next week you'll get
But-
like, you know. But that's what I've
but
been doing
you're
for a long time.
constantly in crisis mode. You know how bad that is for like your like immune system.
I wouldn't say it's a I'm not in crisis
No,
mode.
but like that you're always a little bit pressed. Like I don't know.
I would say
I
tunnel
feel-
vision.
Exactly.
I would
like,
say I'm in tunnel
feel
vision,
like
though.
You get to the point after weeks and weeks and weeks of next week, this, bam, boom, you like have no clarity. That's like what you're even doing sometimes
Mhm.
because it's just a huge to-do list.
Yep.
And you're being productive.
Yep.
You're,
Well, that's the thing. I'm still getting
stuff
things done,
You get your
right?
groceries, you do your stuff, and I'm like, do you even know what's going on? Like, do you know
Well,
what's
that's the thing.
happening?
Okay. Let me play like devil's advocate for a little bit. Let me be a
Okay.
middle-aged white man in a college class.
We knew this was coming.
Let me be a middle-aged white man in a college class
knew
who's
this
always
was
like,
coming.
I'm just gonna play devil's advocate for a second. And you're like, you don't have to though.
You
You
sound
don't
like a frat
You don't
boy.
need. That's what I'm saying. It's always that one guy who's like, I'm gonna play devil's advocate for a second here, and you're like, sit down.
You don't have to.
Dustin. Anyway.
What a horrible lady.
Okay. So,
I'm sorry.
but like, okay, so like, what's the problem? Like, I'm still being productive. I'm getting my
Uh-huh.
work done. I'm doing it excellently. Or at the very, very least, on a bad week, maybe average. But I'm doing my work. My boss is happy with me. What's the problem
I
with me
feel-
being with just powering through and putting my head down and having tunnel vision? I don't
Okay, so
understand.
twofold.
Okay, explain it to me.
This is a debate team.
Oh.
Number one, I know that there's some people that are gonna come out the cut and be like, "My work fulfills me." I understand.
That's gross. Boo. I'm not playing devil's advocate anymore. This is Gabby. Boo. I had to preface that.
And I acknowledge that for some people, a career is one of the more fulfilling parts of your life, but I don't think it should be the most fulfilling part of your life. Number one, there's more important things.
You know what
than
that means?
And
Means
I
you
know.
don't have good friends or a family. Sorry.
Stop dragging.
No, I'm just saying, like,
this
that's
group of
probably-
people that exist.
But I'm just saying, but maybe you don't have a good
Okay,
friend life.
before you shoot them down. You
Right.
acknowledge their
Okay.
feelings.
Oh, I acknowledge that.
Okay, so and I
it
say
happens.
that from and I say that from the place that I have sometimes shared that sentiment.
Okay.
Okay, that was my first point.
Okay.
I acknowledge your feelings, but
Uh-huh.
I don't think it should still be like
That
this is
fulfillment
worth
from
that
the, okay.
fulfillment, right? And secondly, I just don't think it's healthy. Don't
That was
let me break it down.
okay.
So I don't think it's healthy. Number one, mentally, like emotionally, because there's certain things I feel like you have to put on the back burner. I would say.
I think you're saying back burner and backboard, and it said
both
Warner.
things. That's what happens. It just like amalgamate then. But
You can
Big
say
word.
amalgamate, but you can't say back burner.
I'm gonna beat you up.
Okay.
So that you put aside, whether mentally or emotionally, because you can only deal with so many things at once. I know that, especially as a woman, we think we can multitask. It's a lie from the devil himself.
Oh,
So what happens
I was
is that
like, yeah, you can. I was like, yeah, and you're like, it's a lie, and I was like, oh.
in general, yes,
Multitask?
women are better at it, but meaning that, okay, I can send an email, watch TV, and do a cross stitch.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know that
And
you
I
can,
do.
and you force yourself to do that. And you never have any downtime. And I've already roasted you on this, that like from the time Miss Sanford opens her eyeballs.
When did this become?
She starts listening to a podcast, to music,
I
and
love
she never
podcasts.
has no quiet time.
No.
And again, we both suffer
If I'm
from
reading-
this. I'm better at it.
if
because
I'm
sometimes
reading,
I'm
it's
sitting
quiet.
outside.
If I'm reading,
You're
it's
still
quiet.
inputting something into your brain
Oh,
that you're
that's true.
thinking about.
Yeah, it's still
So-
stimulating thing. Okay, I understand.
That yes, women are better at it, but still, that I don't think that should be 100% of the time, because even you've experienced this, where then it's like an excuse to your own brain that you don't have to process other things. So you have stuff on your backboard that you're just like.
When did this become?
I'm just saying. 'cause
No.
I was like, this is a great example
I'm
right
so
now,
dead.
because you're saying, oh, what's the problem? I want to do tunnel vision. Okay.
No, I
okay,
didn't.
Dustin.
I was literally being
let's break it.
Dustin. I was being Dustin from
Okay, well,
the
Dustin
frat.
and you.
Okay.
Because I was like, wait, you are this person.
I wouldn't
How
say
do you feel
I'm
about
the.
that?
I don't want to say. I wouldn't say I'm the. I wouldn't say I'm the person. I wouldn't say I'm that person. I would say like certain days, or like, I just rather
No,
get up and
don't
just
lie.
listen to a podcast and do my thing because I got things to do. I'm busy. I got stuff, and then I have my own way of like relaxing. Just because I'm doing 6 things at
I'm
one
not
time
saying-
doesn't mean
and-
I'm not
and okay,
relaxing.
Let me bring in a third point in here.
I'm dead.
I didn't know that I would have points.
I didn't know this
doesn't
was
mean-
happening.
It doesn't mean that you need to sit down and journal or write a letter to yourself like we did 4 seasons ago.
I
I'm not
never
saying
did that again. That was
Yeah,
horrifying.
we said maybe not. But if it's like 5 minutes that you spend a day, you're just like, oh my gosh, I don't have 5 minutes in my day. You're also lying.
You are lying.
To like just sit down and be quiet, look out. I don't know, do something that isn't your to-do list.
Well, some things I do aren't on my to-do list. They're just I do them.
I'm not saying that you're like the worst
Oh.
representation of
Oh,
this
yes,
of this group
okay.
of people, but that we can all fall victim to it, including myself.
Mm.
Like in my childhood, I
Uh-huh.
kept myself busy.
Yeah.
I would clean the air
You still do
before
that. You still clean a lot, which is good. Just a clean person.
I should do that today. But that's
Did
'cause-
you?
But that was
What'd you
the
clean?
fridge.
Oh, the
I
fridge. Oh,
out
you threw the fridge out.
and then I cleaned
Oh.
the little table. But that's because something was processing, so I was trying to be productive. Look at me, wow,
Oh.
falling victim to my own
Oh, on your computer?
roast. But yeah,
pressing?
I was
Oh.
waiting for the update.
Oh.
But yes, that we all have a default that helps us get through certain things. And I think there's nothing wrong with that until it gets to the point that that's like your only thing. That is your life. Like, I'll happily clean the bathroom rather than like deal with the situation. But there's only so many bathrooms you have, so many kitchens to clean. For me, there's only so many podcasts you can listen to.
False.
I know. Unfortunately,
I go through
There's
podcasts
there's
like-
no limit.
Breathing air.
But just take a pause at some moment and maybe realize you're being like Dustin, and no one wants to be like Dustin.
No one wants to
That's
be
my
a
only
Dustin
thing.
in
That
a
was my only
college
point,
class.
Okay.
Okay.
I didn't have a lot to say. I just
didn't-
wanted to make sure that I brought the point home.
You did. I feel good about that. About that. I'll ponder that
No,
later.
you're not.
Oh,
Because
probably
you
not.
listen to a podcast.
No. Well, anyway.
Or, I mean, she's just a savage to be like, I don't want to deal with it. And she just does it. So, I mean.
I like how this is
Yeah,
all
I'm
like
just
some things aren't just they're just not worth like okay, that sounds
Okay,
really bad.
that-
Some things aren't worth like we don't have to think about everything all
I'm
the
not-
time. That sounds bad
Let
too.
me review this point because you're not getting it.
No, I understand what you're saying.
Okay.
I said Shane. Saying. I understand what you're saying.
But there's some stuff
Yeah.
that eventually
Gotta unpack
if you don't deal with it back here, it starts growing legs and arms.
Ooh.
It gets in your way.
Well, no.
So
it's
no.
Oh.
Let me shut you down.
Okay. Yeah.
It does get in your way.
Okay. I feel like
In
you're
ways that
like
you don't-
talking about something right now and specific and I can't. You're
It's not
trying to
even
like
specific. I'm just speaking to you as a person and to the
Okay.
Dustins and to the audience and to myself that I feel like this is a little bit important.
Okay. Yeah, it
Because
is.
every time I be talking about whoever, it could be a 40-year-old or a 20-year-old, they're like, I'm busy to the point that like they can't even deal with like themselves.
Yeah, okay.
So it's not
No,
good.
people
It's
are
okay.
busy though. That's the
No,
thing.
no. Again,
But, I mean, but
validate
I understand
you.
what
I
you're saying,
validate
yes.
you along with, I think, a message that just needs to be. You just need to be reminded of every once in a while. I love being busy.
I do too. I like
I
being
love
busy.
it. It's like a drug to me.
Mhm.
So
Well, I wouldn't say it's a drug to me, but I
it's-
enjoy being busy.
I enjoy it. So
I'll tell you it's a drug to me.
Mm.
Were you gonna
Huh?
say I'm scared?
I was, but I'm like,
I don't really know. I was gonna
think
try
I
to come
already
up with
said that
something
once, so-
really funny, but I couldn't. So,
I feel like everything in your life is a little bit of a drug to you. You're like, I love it.
like what?
Anything, books, movies.
Oh,
you just
books and
consume it,
movies.
you're just
I like
like,
chew
or like cross
on.
stitching, just like your life.
I don't
like
think
you,
that's
or
a
like
drug.
dance. Like you just
I
like
chew on
it's
things
like
a lot.
she's like an addict. She was
Okay.
before we recorded this podcast. She was like doing some sort of moves, and I was like, you need to go to dance class.
I
and get
do.
that out of
I
your
haven't
system.
danced in like 2 months. I need to go to dance.
Which I think is good. You enjoy things.
Thanks. I like how you're like, it's a good thing you enjoy things. I'm like, thank you. That's
I feel like we've become relatively well-rounded. This is just a little bit of a break to be like, hey, after summer, we're about to go into like a pit of
fall.
fall.
It's gonna be
And-
literally September, and then all of a sudden it's gonna be December.
We're gonna be like Christmas episode.
Oh my
I'm so
gosh,
excited.
Christmas is fun, magic. But yeah, I don't know. I am excited.
I'm sorry,
for-
everyone. I'm sorry.
What?
I like went off.
You
but-
did a little bit. You kind of scared all the people, but those of you who are still listening, because I think a lot of people you called out talking about your life.
I'm sorry.
but and your opinions, they were good though. But our summer was good anyway. I guess, but it's not over yet.
I love how we always end up on a like.
You brought us there. Well,
Sometimes it's
I don't
you,
really
but
know how we got there, but
today was me.
you
It's
kind of I think we both kind of brought it there, and then you went that to the left, and we kind of deviated. Now I'm trying to like bring it
okay.
back.
Bring it back. Bring it back.
I'm trying. It's not
Because
working.
actually, eventually, you close the episode. So if you're
Yeah.
how to do that, because you dragged my intro, so we'll
I
see
didn't
how
drag your intro. I
skills
just
are.
felt like it should have been better for both of us, but it wasn't. But it's fine. But your intro music and the siren, or what's it called, sounds are gonna be great at the beginning that I told you to put in.
Yes, I've made a note.
You probably won't.
mental
You
note.
probably won't put them in. It's fine. But yeah. Anyway, so we're gonna still do stuff this summer. We got a whole
Okay, I
nother
love how you
month
brought
to
it back
go.
to this.
That's
when I already
because
told
we're
you
talking
that
about
summer's
summer.
over.
We're talking about it's not over. Do you
Are
know
you
when?
gonna come over
Do you know when
before
fall?
summer ends?
Sure.
I actually don't know. Tell
If
me.
you invite me,
Okay.
I'm not gonna just show up at your house.
I was tempted.
What?
That's all I'm gonna say.
You were tempted. What? I don't know what
I
that
will invite
means.
you. I will
Okay.
invite you. I was trying to get everything.
I'll bring
set
my
up.
Xbox.
Bring your Xbox. I got my Switch.
I don't know how to set it up, so you're gonna have to do that for me.
We need food, so it's gonna be
Food
really
is
good.
so good.
Oh no, you're gonna tell me when the first day of fall is.
Oh yeah.
Although again, when like school, like people's summers
I
are over
know.
at this point.
I
I'm
know.
sorry. I'm sorry.
Well, but we're not in school, so we have an extended summer. We're not in school. We don't got kids
still wouldn't
that go
say
to school.
but it's okay. Oh, I see
We
what
don't have
you
kids at all, but
mean. Nope.
we don't have kids that go to school, and we don't have kids. So it's one of those things that's like our summer is a little bit longer than other people's. Because even
But
if you're
things,
not in school, if you're a parent and you have a
I
child
gotta
that goes
deal
to
with
school,
the commute though. That
what do you mean?
Because then it's gonna be buses.
That's true.
And actually trying to get out of this side of the road is a little bit difficult sometimes, especially when you get to school.
I
But it's
always
okay.
catch the bus coming
We got
out of
the
here,
little
but
kiddies.
the little
Kiddos.
babes, yeah, it'll be fine. But
Oh, but the first day of fall. So
I'm
everybody, even if you've already started school,
September. It's September 21st, 22nd.
So summer ends then. Even if you're in school, it's actually an illusion.
So we have-
you're not in school until September 21st.
We have a month and
Okay.
like 3 days
okay.
of summer left, and I'm gonna savor it because listen, I like my summer.
She does.
I
And then you're
love
gonna be
my
complaining for like 6
I
months
do
straight.
because I'm cold.
I
for
feel like
about
you
6
complain
months.
more about winter than I do about summer, but that's okay. That's a
I
topic
don't
for
know
another day.
because as soon as
So-
spring hits and it gets above 50 degrees, you're like, it's hot out here. My God, it's so hot every time we walk outside.
But mind you, it's like 70 degrees, and she's like, "There's a chill." So
yeah, okay. So for 6 months of the year, you complain about how hot it is, and for the other 6 months, I complain about how cold it is. We're pretty much evenly split. I get fall and winter to complain. You get spring and summer to complain. Also, says the person who had an outside like summer wedding.
that was due to other reasons. That was not like my initial. I think it worked
So
out.
it did.
I
I'm
like
just
that it
saying.
was 7/7. Ooh, my numbers. I'm OCD, but
7/7.
yes,
Oh, was it?
July 7.
I knew that. Catch up that. Yeah, I knew that. Definitely knew
So
that.
I liked that, but yes, like, having to do-
7722?
And thankfully, it was. Yeah, who cares about the year?
Oh, but it's cool because it's like 7722.
I hadn't thought about that either, but
I
we
thought
were
that.
dating for 7 years. So I was
thought-
like,
Dude, you got 3 sevens? That might not be good. Okay,
it's
that's good.
7.
No, I
7 is
understand.
the number of completion.
777?
It's the number.
Sounds a lot
it's
like
better than
666. Jinx, you owe me a soda. Okay.
It's much.
Anyway,
Six
it
is the
sounds like
number
a. No, I understand.
And 7 is the number. There's nothing
It just
wrong.
sounds like a devil number when you say it at like 777.
Okay, I love how my wedding day is now. I was like so cool, and she's like, it's a double number.
No, I said
anyway,
it sounds like a devil number.
that it was much hotter, but that actual day it was in the evening, and it was still a little bit muggy.
There were
But
some bugs,
thankfully,
but it was
some
good.
bugs, but it wasn't too bad. It could have been way worse for a summer wedding. Come on.
Yeah, no, it could
Be
have been.
honest.
No, I'm
So-
not. I'm not saying. I wasn't saying it was bad. You know, I like
And
the
then the
heat.
reception, there was AC. So, oof.
Yep.
But anyway, I don't even know how we got to that.
I don't know either. But anyway, because I was saying because you had a summer wedding, yeah,
Oh.
you'd be complaining about the heat all. That'd be like
Yeah,
me
but
getting
I
married in
didn't-
like January.
That would honestly.
I would never
You wouldn't do that.
I would
So,
never.
I was
would-
just like, I'd need to do this
Because I would be freezing the whole time, and I would be.
I feel like I deal with the heat better than you do with the cold.
Well, because I can't stand to be cold.
Well,
I
also,
get
you,
cold
like,
real easy.
You don't be feeling like your limbs and stuff.
No,
so okay.
it's
I
like
just
one
be
of those
sweating.
things where it's just like
mad annoying.
it's not like, I'm really cold. I wish I wasn't. It's like I'm wrapped in
I got
16
you,
blankets.
I got you wherever it is.
Oh, I used it the other day because my feet hurt really bad, but it's over there. But anyway, but yes, it's like I could be wrapped up in 6 blankets and I'm still cold. That's my problem. Do you have something to say to the people?
I told you I wouldn't say anything.
I know. Should have
Don't
never have told you that. It's just a little something, something. It's fine.
regret it.
I regret
just had
a lot of
fun
things.
summer.
I did have a fun summer. It's been
That's what I told you. You were like, oh my gosh, summer. And I'm like, I think you closed out your summer very recently. So
I'm not done yet. Well, I'm pretty much almost done because like I need to start saving money. But summer is for like spending the money, you know.
and now
And
we're
I did
closing
that.
the-
Now we're closing
the wallets.
We're
and
closing the
the accounts.
accounts.
We're
We're
closing
gonna
up.
we're gonna put
Closing up
ourselves
shop.
on a
Type of-
not a budget because I don't like that.
You don't do that.
But well,
We talked about how we run a budget.
I actually am very good at saving money. I haven't like
Don't worry,
blown
we
all
won't
my
do
money.
a money episode because she doesn't like it. But
no, I hate talking about money. Anyway, one day I won't even have to think about it.
amen.
Watch me be
Amen.
poor
Proclaim
forever.
it. No. Okay,
That'd be
number one,
funny.
you're not poor
Anyway.
right
no,
now.
I'm not. I'm
And number
I'm
two,
poor in
you're not.
spirit. Like the Lord
Which is
told
what
us.
That's what I told you. That's what I told you.
Poor in
Whatever.
spirit?
That was what my whole speech was about. So
Being poor in
I hope-
spirit?
I hope that everybody caught on to that.
Wait, what?
That when you got things on the back.
That's not what being poor in spirit
A little
means.
bit.
Is it? I don't know what that means. Oh, should I
I
know
love
what
how
that
you
means?
used it.
I don't know what that means. Anyway, we're all poor.
Crying.
Out in this Americana
What type of
2022.
outro- what type of
I'm
outro are you
outroing
doing?
right now
Okay.
if you would stop interrupting me. So, you know, make sure you budget. We hope everyone had a good summer. And for those of you who didn't budget this summer, maybe sit down in this fall season and look at your money and figure out how you're gonna, because you have to start buying Christmas presents. So figure it out. Anyway, hope everyone had a good summer, and you know, follow us on Instagram at _ change by degrees. And I'm gonna, you know what I'm gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna add this to my list. I'm gonna send emails out while I watch TV.
Look at that, guys. We treat you well. I don't know
Well,
what you gotta complain about.
anyway.
We don't post. We don't reach out.
Oh,
Huh?
You can take a picture. All right.
No, I wanted to do an episode without mentioning that. But okay.
We're gonna
'Cause
take
we
one right
always,
now.
we're always like, we're gonna do this.
No, we're
and
gonna
we
take
proceed
one.
never to do
We're
it.
gonna take one right now. It'll be up on Instagram today about us recording for this season. So by the time you hear this, it'll be like 3 weeks later than. So anyway, go back and look at the post on Instagram at _ change by degrees, and you'll see the picture from 3 weeks ago.
And rate us.
Oh, rate
Because
us
if
on
you've been
Apple
here for
Podcasts.
7 seasons and you haven't, because we have like 2 reviews and we probably still continue this podcast. Actually,
I actually don't know
our stats are
how
not
many
too bad,
reviews
but
we have actually,
it's
but
like 3 or 4.
I'm so dead. Well, maybe you should review us, and because if you've been here this long, you obviously like us a lot. or you wouldn't have stuck around.
I always said, just rate us. It doesn't matter. 5 stars, 1 stars, I don't care. Just put something there.
Cool. All right. Well, that's all I got.
And we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Outro music. Plus the air horn.